As we are celebrating World Press Freedom Day, the theme for this year is freedom of expression and access to information as drivers for all other human rights. Like, what does World Press Freedom Day entail?
In Zimbabwe, World Freedom Day entails freedom of expression. And this is enshrined in our own constitution. Chapter 61 and 62 talks to that effect. And we, as a government of the Second Republic, we walk our talk. We walk our constitution. And that's the work we've been doing. We have been doing a number of reforms in the media sector particularly, and the government under the astute leadership of His Excellency Dr. E.D. Mutsvangwa is making sure that no one is left behind and no place is left behind. This is why we continue to issue out licenses, community radio stations, TV, commercial TV stations. This is to make sure that there is universal access to information for all.
Well, thank you very much, Honorable. We have seen that you have been commissioning so many community radio stations, and we want to thank you for not leaving students behind. We see NAST FM, we see Chinoi, we see Harare Polytechnic being part of the community radio stations that you have been commissioning. As we move further, we want to understand that misinformation is becoming the new true information. What should the media do to put an end to misinformation, especially as we head towards the upcoming election?
What the media should do to do away with misinformation and disinformation is to keep on putting the good narrative. We need to be on all platforms. This is why, as a ministry and as a government, we are concerned about making sure that we convey the rightful content to our people. And we can only do that by reaching a bigger majority. We are happy, as you rightly said, we've launched 14 community radio stations, are already given licenses, and we've launched a lot of those are already on air. And of course, we can't leave academia. We can't leave the higher institutes of learning. Research, this is where research is done. Anything which grows needs research. That's why they say R&D makes everything ticks. And we as a ministry, we work with our higher institutes of learning, and we found it important to make sure that we also issue out campus radio stations. And I'm very happy that a number of universities in our country, we don't want to leave our students behind. We have a lot to learn from them. We need to understand communication is about a two-way communication. It's not just government giving information, but it's understanding also people giving us information, because we want to understand what they think, how they look at it. Students are very, very critical. Academia is very, very critical. People in the rural areas, the grassroots are very, very important. So we want all Zimbabweans to be given information. Information is power after all.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Minister. We want to thank you as students that you are not leaving us behind as we are moving towards the theme 5.0 education. Last but not least, we want to understand, we hear a lot about sustainability challenges in the media, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. Are there any plans to assist media organizations that are struggling?
We are aware of how the pandemics have affected a lot of industries. There was even a package set aside by government to make sure that at least it's just not the media industry. We are actually pushing for our media because we certainly know how they were affected. And what I want to say as I talk about this, I want to congratulate the media institutions, all media houses in this country. When we were struck by that pandemic, COVID-19, our journalists were never locked down. We made sure that they have been listed as essential services. They went all out there to make sure that the people of this country are aware of the preventative and precautionary measures to contain this. And look where we are as a country today. Zimbabwe is right at the top in terms of containing the pandemic. So we say big pam-pam to the media in this country. Research was done in this country, and it was found that more than 98% of our Zimbabweans, they are aware of those precautionary and preventative measures. And this is why we have managed to contain this pandemic. We will continue working hard and pushing hard to make sure that the media sector grows. We need investment. We have been also talking to investors outside. We need investment in this area. We want to be able to harness all the talent which we have in this country. those who have, I'm happy or most of the time when I come to Harare Poly, because this is where a lot of our people in the industry have come through. And this means the importance of this college when it comes to informing people. Again, I don't want to overemphasize, information is power. And what the media does in this country is very fundamental to the growth of the economy, to the unity of people, because it is when people understand who they are, they understand their history, they understand where they are, so that they can chart the right way forward, and so that can be done. Our mandate is very critical in terms of the development of this country, to make sure that we entertain people. That's important. So that's critical. It's important to educate. A lot of people, we're now going towards general elections, and it's important for our people to go vote from a position of information. So we are happy that the content, and also it's important to feed our people with our own content. Nobody can talk about Zimbabwe except us Zimbabweans. So we are happy with the work which the media is doing, and we are very happy with what you here at Harare Polytech is doing to make sure that our people go through it. We're also looking at exchange programs, because we just don't think we should think from an inside point of view. We need our journalists to be exposed. We as a ministry, we've signed a number of MOUs with our friendly countries and friendly institutions. Our development partners are working very closely with us, because we want an all-rounder journalist, a full package, somebody who can report from a position of knowledge and can educate and entertain our people for development.